Welcome to another episode of the Victor and the Giant Fox Music Review Podcast. Yeah. I ripped a paper off of my...
Get it. That is how we feel about today's podcast.
No. That was last week's.
That's how we... Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, I am Titus the Giant Fox.
What's up,
I'm here
Titus?
with my co-host, the non-titular Mike.
What's up, man? Not sure what that was.
Once again, it was like a Wakanda Forever thing, but white, but like lonely. It was lonely Wakanda is what it was.
I was gonna say a little bit of Macho Randy Savage,
Yeah.
A little bit.
Maybe, but
Hey, brother.
yeah. So we again this week we do not have our other host, titular Victor, here because he and his wife are still trying to have that baby. Yeah. So, anyways, Mike, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Doing all right. Yeah.
Nice.
Not a whole lot different from last week. Just the beard stuff. Trying to get my hands in that.
Nice.
Growing the company.
Oh yeah, nice. Do you guys have a logo yet?
No.
No?
Well, we're working on it. Yeah, we're working on it.
All right. Is there going to be a beard involved?
There might be a beard.
Probably should be.
Or 4. We're not sure yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tie them all together, and like 4 heads facing the center, and the beards.
I'm gonna say that may not be a good idea because the whole point to like beard oil and beard balm is to like not up and tangle your beard. So if your logo is 4 guys with their beards tangled together, it would play to a certain audience, but on the broader stage, I don't know that it would imply.
Hey, man,
what you want it to imply.
You're probably right, but maybe there's room for exploration.
That's the group I'm talking about. That would enjoy the logo.
No, I think you're right.
Let's just play the intro music. So this week we are looking at Allt, A-double-L-T.
Titus.
And their episode... No. Spelled different. This is a Swedish word. That means all.
But it's...
Their EP from 2020, Dark Waters. Let's just get into the breakdown.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we got a 4-song EP here, 16 minutes, 22 seconds runtime.
Good stuff.
Let's just get right into it.
Yeah,
let's just get right into it.
Yeah.
So Covenant had a very had a good level of that ambient sound. My words are missing right now. They are gone from my head, which seems like I know it'd be a pretty vital part of a review podcast.
Yeah, you would kind of need that a little bit.
Yeah. So song 1, Covenant. That sounded naughty.
Come on, man.
Little Jim Carrey. Covenant. Said the ambient elements add a lot to the effect when the brutal stuff comes in.
Yeah.
It hits heavy, it hits hard, and it hits nice.
I agree. Dude, yeah, it definitely it throws you into the concept of the album.
Yeah.
Kind of just gets the feel of like inner turmoil's happening.
For sure.
What he's going to kind of start talking about, some weird stuff.
Yeah.
But it hits hard, synthy. It's got, great vocals, great riffs. The drummer straight through this album kills it, man.
Yeah.
Insane. Especially on the last track.
Yeah. Well, we're not quite there yet.
We're not.
We're still on Covenant. I can't not hear it now. It had a good like emotional dynamic flow that I thought was good. But there was one more. Their use of dynamics reminds me of Phineas.
Okay.
Not so much like I wasn't like, oh, is this Phineas or is this, Allt? Mm-hmm. I knew it wasn't Phineas, but just the way they utilize the dynamics in the song, I thought, where, it's like real high and then comes down low, but not to where it ruins it. Like it hits it just right.
No, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And then the emotions of it reminded me of how Sleeper Micah uses those emotions in his vocals.
Yeah, man.
To nail it home.
Yeah, this guy really knows how to emphasize like what needs to be, emphasized. Yeah. Like nice. he really does. Like the emotional word, the one word that needs to be screamed, needs to just hit.
Yeah.
He gets that out. And it's pretty cool. Like he does that throughout the album, which is pretty cool.
Oh, for sure. Which will take us to our next track, Quietus.
Quietus.
I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know if it's Swedish.
That's how I said it. Sounds a little Swedish, but
it's spelled Quiet Us.
Quietus.
Smash them together. Quietus.
Yeah, like it.
Heavy, genty, which is, I don't know if I've used that word on this podcast before, but it feels like it's time to, get with the times a little bit.
Yeah, a little genty.
Yeah.
It's in there definitely.
Yeah. Dynamic, had what I would call a pleasant guitar solo in there,
Yeah.
That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah. It was definitely in there. It was a good guitar solo.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this is a rare occasion where I liked the rest of the music more than the solo. Usually I'm like, okay, crank it up for the solo.
Right.
Like the solo's in there and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the rest of the song.
But it wasn't the highlight.
Yeah.
For you.
There you go. Wasn't the highlight.
Yeah, for sure.
It was. It's a little odd. Quietus was a cool song.
Yeah. Good riffs, good drums, good vocals. I liked all of it, man.
Yeah.
Moving on to Odium.
Odium was cool.
Odium, yeah. Yeah, it was, man. Good, heavy, really good vocals on this one. Really, it's all of them. But
yeah.
I'm just gonna put that in each one. I like their use of transitions in this song.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the album, really, but this song, it's what really made me notice it. That they not just how they transition, but transitioning from one to the other. And it's like what do they call it? The high bars or the uneven bars or whatever it is, where they're the gymnast is flipping from the one bar to the other bar.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that, where it's like they're different levels, but they stick the landing each time. They nail it.
Dude, yeah, I think this is the song. It's either this one or the last one, but the end is like, or it's like 1 minute at the end. That's completely different than the rest of the song.
Right.
But then at the end of that little segment, they jump it right back into the beat, the same beat as the whole song.
Yeah.
I think it was this one. But
I think so. It's that killer breakdown, I think.
Yeah. It's got some interesting and unique musicianship in there. That they just change the time signatures and just throw everything around.
For sure.
And, I think as a concept EP, it's really cool. I like what he does with his voice. Kind of goes into some rap stuff. A little bit.
A little bit.
Kind of talks really fast. The whisper thing.
Yeah.
I would like less of that on a full album.
Right.
If they're gonna do this on nearly every song in a full album, take the whole thing. Yeah. It would need to be a really good album for that. But I mean, in a 4-song EP, it's okay.
Right.
And it really it gets you to read the lyrics, be like, okay, what's he saying? What's he talking about? And then when you do read the lyrics, you're like, man, these are some some deep topics.
Right.
Dude's going through some stuff,
I watched an interview with him, and they're influenced by Silent Planet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That then right on.
Makes total sense, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Specifically with their lyrics. I mean, they are specifically influenced lyrically by Silent Planet.
Dude. And I mean, we touched on Silent Planet.
We didn't just touch on them. We covered their whole album.
Yeah. No, we did.
Iridescent.
Dude. Yeah. And I mean, those guys are known for writing about some insane topics, like just all kinds of mental illness, all kinds of, disturbed issues people have, just all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Just crazy stuff, crazy.
Who even knows what that means? Panopticon.
Nobody, man.
Yeah, not me, not this guy.
But yeah, so I I like the lyrics on this, the way that they do it.
Yeah,
the way they portray it.
Oh, for sure. Which is particularly impressive considering nobody in the band is a native English speaker.
Right.
They're all Swedish.
Yeah, and you can see that on some of the transitions for the lyrics.
Yeah.
It's like certain words and phrases don't gel or mix right.
Right.
And you can definitely tell that's from a translator, like trying to translate it. So, but
for sure. And then the last song, Blind Sight. ODM and Blind Sight were, of the 4 songs, the ones I liked the most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
It was really good, heavy melody. Like it's melodic, but still has that real heavy sound to it. Those guitar tones were just perfect for it. And the dynamics were there. Awesome. But what really stuck out to me was the guitar tone. I think it was the guitar or the bass tone that they use reminded me of Polyphia.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Yep.
Where it's like a percussive sound that they, tone that they use on their guitars. Which is why I think it's a bass, and I just keep saying guitar.
I think it is. Well,
it feels like a bass in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. That kind of like, you hear it in a lot of Japanese metal or like Japanese experimental music, where it's just like they do like the and it's like they're like tapping it, kind of almost. Yeah, no, I got you. Dude. The bass work and the drum work on this song particularly, insane.
Yeah.
Just it was groovy, it was sludgy, and it was synthy,
but not muddy.
Yeah, it stayed metal. It was good stuff. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. So I'm going to let you go first.
I think this was mixed very well.
Yeah.
Like the whole EP was very clear. You could hear everything. The musicianship was just insane. It was really good.
No, for sure.
It was a nice
for
find,
sure.
dude.
So what'd you give it?
I gave it an 8, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I really enjoyed it. Definitely going to be playing it more. Just going to go back to it, go back to some of their other stuff, see, just kind of keep up with these guys.
For sure.
It's good. What'd you give it?
So first I just realized I wanted to say a little something about my overall impression of the album. I was very impressed with his vocal clarity.
Yeah.
Not just with being a screamer, but then being a non-native English speaker.
Yeah.
And I feel like I picked up most, if not all of his Allt of his lyrics without having to go through, the written, reading them.
Right.
And that's really impressive to me. So, I mean, there wasn't one role in this that I feel like didn't show up. Like you said, the production value was good. Bass, guitars, drums, synth stuff, vocals, it was all there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it sounded like it was, I said this will destroy you. Like it sounded like this will destroy you. The band. I'm not saying I feel like my opinion's going to destroy you. But then like I realized it hasn't been, like I haven't listened to them in a long time, so I don't know that I'm thinking of the right band. But it definitely does also have that quality of like Polyphia where like to me it sounded like Polyphia just added a good vocalist. Like a vocalist that was at their level of musicianship.
I agree.
Because I mean there were plenty of instrumental parts where it was just like, it was that feeling of the instrumental metal bands where it's like you don't actually need vocals here because the lead instruments are doing such a good job.
And then he just comes in.
And then he comes in and just nails it.
Yeah. No, I definitely think that's a good take on it because nothing was really outshined.
Yeah.
Everything gelled really well. Good stuff.
And you could hear all of it.
Yeah. Crisp, man.
Yeah, crisp. And this band's making me say something that I don't know that I ever would have said which is at least in these 4 songs in this EP, I didn't miss clean vocals at all.
Yeah.
Like
Dude,
he had such good clarity and tone with his scream.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even need the cleans. Sorry.
Yeah, dude. No, it's funny because they have choruses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But definitely, like, you don't really miss the cleans very much,
right?
Because it's just good. Good
Is that
stuff.
distracting you? Sorry.
No, it's giving me a place to focus.
Oh yeah. I'm right here.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I feel like I've been looking at the camera, or at least last episode, I was looking at the camera a lot.
Yeah, man. It's like I'm not even here.
Well, I'm just trying, because Victor's not here. I'm trying to forget about that.
He'll be back. Hopefully with the baby.
Yeah.
Well, so what did you give it?
So I gave it an 8.5.
Ooh, okay.
I originally gave them a 9, but they lost half a point for 2 reasons. First reason, we have another EP of theirs coming up, and I need some headroom there to grade. Okay. But also, the more legitimate reason, for me at least, is they lose half a point for the blech. I'm sticking hard on that. That is not, I give no quarter for that.
Yeah.
It was overdone the second time a band did it in the history of metal music. And I'm tired of it, and there's no excuse. Yeah.
Man, now that's a hot take.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where a lot of people love the blech.
Mm-hmm.
Just for no reason other than they did it. And you're like, all right, that's in there. They did it. It didn't sound great. Everyone knows it. It's in there.
Yeah.
I don't really care for it. But to me, it's a funny novelty in an album.
To me, it would have been, 5 years ago. Now
it's keeping that 5 year ago metal alive.
That wasn't like the golden age for me of metal.
I agree.
So, I mean, there's a reason I sort of dipped out of it a little bit to explore other things and then came back to it. Yeah. So with that, I feel like we should, I feel like Victor would have 7 to 8 range on this one is where I'd put it for him. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. You know what? It might have been a little,
because he doesn't do halves.
You're right.
I don't know.
All right.
We'll ask him next episode.
Victor's
and see what
an artiste, so he probably enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, with all like the instrumental chops on all of them.
Yeah. I think he probably gave it a 7. Yeah, I think you're right. He probably gave it a 7.
All right, we're gonna split this just because this episode apparently is not long enough because I keep making it longer. I'm gonna say you say 7, I say 8. How about that?
Sure.
And we'll see what Victor says. All right, with that, let's go on to our next segment. What else have they done?
Woo! Nada. Nope.
They did Dark Waters EP in 2020. They did the Dark Waters instrumental EP, which is the exact same thing but without vocals, in 2021. And in not even a week. What's today? Is today the 25th? 26th. We're recording this. 3-4 days, depending on how you count it. They have a new EP dropping. I think it's the Seed of Destruction. Something the Seed of Destruction.
I have no idea.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Man, I have been looking at their stuff all day, Allt day, and I cannot find the title of this new EP to save my life.
Jeez. Pressure's on, dude. Here, let me see if I can find it.
The Seed of Self-Destruction. Whoops. The Seed of Self-Destruction. That's the new EP. And that will be our next episode will be us reviewing that one.
Woo, okay. Cool.
So yeah, that's what else they've done.
Sweet.
Let's go on to our next segment. Trivia. So they're all from Sweden. They're from
Yeah.
a small town in Sweden. They met each other. The core of the band, the founding members or whatever you want to call it, were all in high school together.
Okay.
And then, so they've been playing together since 2011. They sort of officially started this band under a different name in 2016, recorded the songs from this EP in 2018, and didn't officially like release it or announce that they existed as Allt, as a band, until 2020.
Wow.
If I'm reading the timeline right.
That's crazy.
Their Facebook says established 2020.
Okay.
So unless that means something else in Sweden. Yeah. So they're one of the youngest bands, at least, that we've covered, if not the youngest.
Yeah, no,
Bloodlines being the other.
Yeah. Anima Tempo, wasn't that their first like?
No,
EP or
they
album?
had not done an EP yet. They had 3 singles out, but they've been around since like 2008.
Oh, holy
2010,
crap!
I
Okay,
think.
never mind.
Yeah.
There's someone I was thinking of, but never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Don't matter.
That's okay, man. Hey, remembering's hard, man. Remembering's hard.
It's one of those things, you know.
But they had these songs recorded like 2 or 3 years before they released them,
Jeez.
which played into they weren't, they were a little insecure about them a little bit, or at least a couple of the guys were, because it's like, are these like outdated now? We've recorded them so long ago.
Yeah.
But no, they're not. And I think you guys did a good job.
Yeah. Great job.
If you happen to see this, the other thing, what was the other thing? Oh, the name Allt, Allt, is Swedish for the English word all, all. But when they were trying to come up with a new band name, because they had a couple of people they really looked up to tell them that their old name, and it's like Karmasense or Carmeline, I think is what they said it was. I don't know. It was one word.
Caramelized.
Could have been Swedish. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they had a couple of guys they looked up to that were like, yeah, I think you should probably change the name. And then they were trying to think of it. They got frustrated, and their front man was like, we should just be called All because everything is taken. And then they're like, and then it stuck. So Allt.
Okay.
That's
cool.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
It's unique.
Yeah.
It's different.
And it's actually a really commonly used word in Swedish, like the word all is for us in English.
Okay.
But, I can't think of any bands, but there's plenty of bands that have names like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But not Allt.
Definitely
First
not
band
all.
I've ever heard of.
Never heard of it.
So, yeah, that's trivia. Now, let's go on to our newest and final segment, Giant Fox Takes.
Giant Fox Take.
If Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson upped his iron intake, he would no longer be The Rock, he'd be the metal.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, if you like what you heard, even if you didn't like that hot take, if you liked what you heard, if you're listening, if you liked what you saw and heard, if you're watching on YouTube or Rumble, what do they need to do, Mike?
You gotta tippy tap that bell, man.
Yeah.
Tippy tap that
We
bell.
appreciate it. It helps us out.
Yeah.
It's free to you, so it's always appreciated, but it is free. So,
Yeah.
throw us a bone here.
Yeah, come on.
Tippity tap that notification bell, hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment, let us know what you thought of it. Or if you've never heard of this band, check them out, come back and let us know what you thought about them.
Give us some feedback, man.
Exactly. You can see they're on YouTube.
Yeah, they got some crazy music video stuff happening over there.
I guess that's a good little piece of trivia, or what else they've done. This entire EP has a video component to it on YouTube. If you want to check it out there, you've been checking it out here behind me this episode. So yeah, we appreciate it. If you want to reach out to us, Victor and the Giant Fox at gmail.com. If you want to hit us up on Instagram at VATGF Podcast.
That's right.
Now, I don't even know if I'm going to play the music. I think I'm just going to stare at this.
Yeah. Let's just stare at that.
Yeah. See you guys next week. Oh, there may be a little delay
Oh,
because I might be having my baby.
that's right.
So
Man.
we might be gone for a week or two and then we'll be back. Don't worry. Daddy wouldn't abandon you. But now let's just watch.
That's right.